Hi everyone, and welcome to the sixth video in our series about using Microsoft Teams to keep in touch with your colleagues, your pupils, set your classwork, and to help them progress. In this video, we are going to be showing you how to set your children work and assignments which follow on from your lessons and input we looked at in the previous video. In this video, I'm going to pretend that I've just given a lesson on fronted adverbials, and I'm now going to set the children an assignment to complete in a follow-up to that. Firstly, I'm going to move a file from my OneDrive to Class Materials folder, ready to set for the pupil. Then, I'm going to click on the assignments in the top bar of the General channel and click Create, then Assignment, to begin to set up the assignment. I'll be covering quizzes later in this video series. I will enter the title of the work, referring back to the lesson name and number, add instructions to remind the children what they are required to do, and then I'm going to attach the file the children need to work on by clicking Add Resources, navigating to the Class Materials folder, and then selecting the file that I need. Once that's done, I need to make sure that I have set the file so that the children will edit their own copy and not the one in the Class Materials folder. Once we've set this piece of work, we'll look at a pupil login to see what they see. Then I need to click Save, and then I'm on to working on the mark scheme. Points don't have to be added for all pieces of work, but they are useful for keeping track of your pupils through assessment, more of which we will cover in a later video, but I would suggest you have some form of mark for most pieces of work. The rubric is a mark scheme that you can put in to enable pupils to understand what they are aiming to achieve in their work. I am going to add 3 levels in the rubric to make sure children understand what the expectations are for this piece of work and how I'm going to mark it. If you write these as you plan, you can just copy and paste them across from your planning into the rubric, but make sure to address the pupil when you phrase the wording. Finally, set the date and time for when the work is due, and then click Assign. Right, let's go and have a look at what the pupil sees once they've had work assigned to them. Firstly, they have a little red notification dot letting them know that something new has arrived. Then they can navigate to where that is. Then they can click on their assignment and they can open it in their browser. This is the easiest way to do it as it saves as they go and they don't have to worry about storing it on their own device. Then they can complete the work and click Close. Once closed, they can check their work against the rubric you created to see if they've got it, and then they can hand it in. They get a little animation and confirmation they've handed it in. They can undo that as well, just in case they want to change something. Let's go back to the teacher view and see how we can mark it. As a teacher, I will now get a notification that work has been handed in, and I can click on assignments to see where it's been handed in. I can click on the piece of work for each child and edit the document where I need to give feedback in the document. And I can give written feedback in the box on the right. I would also reference the marking rubric so they can see what level they've achieved on that piece of work. Let's put a bit of feedback in for that pupil. For longer pieces of work, this can build into a feedback and improve loop, as you can hand the assignment back to the pupil so they can work on it further. For instance, when doing longer pieces of writing or work over time, this is easy to achieve by handing it back and asking it for it to be completed by a certain point with additional parts added or corrections made. The last thing I wanted to do in this video is to show you how to set up a class notebook. This is a workbook that pupils can work in collaboratively with other pupils and keep notes on various topics and subjects. You can see all the pupils' notebooks, but pupils can only see their own and any collaboration areas. Think of this as a jotter and workbook that pupils can make notes in and work on. In some ways, this tool is better for older pupils and maybe high school pupils who are taking notes in classes as they go along. Class Notebook is a hugely powerful learning tool in its own right, and we'll be exploring it in a further video in the series. Thank you for watching this video. In the next video I'm going to show you how to create and set quizzes, which are a slightly different way of setting work for your children.